originally, eventually later released on from Dark Horse.
And if you are a Comixology subscriber, and I think he even said in his newsletter, if you have Amazon Prime, you'll be able to read these books for free.
Yeah, something to that end. Yeah, if these are all available on Comixology Unlimited, so you get all. And his whole thing is you read that and you get all 3 books for the price of one. So it's already worth it in the end. Or if you have a buddy who also has Comixology, that sometimes helps. So I don't know who do that necessarily. We go over to AWA. We have Telepath issue 2. We both liked the start of that series. And then there's a first issue coming out that I don't know how we haven't heard about this one yet. I haven't seen. Did I miss something? Like I didn't get it announced. Okay.
I think it did because they've been pumping this one on their Instagram page over the past month or so. This is ETER #1, written by Dan Panesian, who will be also writing a book with Scott Snyder that'll be coming out, I believe, this month. But anyways, intergalactic virus liquefy. Sorry, I got to read this properly. Intergalactic virus liquefy one of your heads. Feeling a bit off ever since you drove through a black hole? Then visit the ETER, the galaxy's leading medical facility. This interplanetary crew of doctors, nurses, paramedics, and technicians is uniquely qualified to cure what ails you. This just sounds like an off-the-beat, off-the-wall AWA title that I can't wait to dig my teeth into.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think Panosian's on Canary. I think that's the book.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yes, I believe that's the ones, which I'm one of the ones that I was very excited for early on. His art looks sick. Then we go to Boom. We have Power Rangers issue 12 and Mamo #4. Dark Horse, we have May's book issue 2, Norse Mythology 2 issue 5. Black Hammer Reborn issue 4, Unbelievable Unteens 3, Secret Land issue 4, and then we have a first issue for the second arc of a series that I will talk about. Maybe I'll do that this very week. Actually, no, we're doing horror books this week. Shoot. I didn't do it. I wanted to do this in advance, and I guess I didn't time it out well. That's on me. But No One Left to Fight 2, issue 1, and this is by Aubrey Sitterson and Fico Ossio. And I read this series like out of nowhere when it first came out, and I absolutely loved it. I reviewed it for Geeks Worldwide, and I just like it's just like there is some real shit going on in there, but there's also a level of satire, and then on top of it all, Fico Ossio's art is sick. So I will talk about the first arc maybe in November. November. So I know it's not ideal to not do it beforehand, but we're doing horror books for this month, so we want to make sure we get to those. But yeah, I'm very much excited for this. I can't definitely give this a shot if you want a little bit of goofiness and some realness in there as well. But yeah, I've actually talked to Aubrey about this book in the past, and I'm very excited to see him bringing it back. I didn't know they were bringing it back, and I talked to him about something else, and he brought it up. And then it was like we get the announcement like a couple weeks later. I was like, oh shit! So they are bringing it back. Because I was just waiting. Where are we going? Like they left it where there was going to be more. Took Dark Horse dragged their feet. That's why I've been mad at Dark Horse all these years. In truth, but anyways, IDW, Joe. What do we got for the week of the 13th?
We have TMNT 122. We have the Mac and Goo program's favorite book, My Little Pony: Friendship is Magic, #102. And then I got a question mark next to this one because we got #3 last month or last week, but Star Wars Adventures: Ghost of Vader's Castle #4. I doubt that's accurate. Star Trek Mirror War #1 by Scott Tipton comes out that week from IDW, and then shooting over to Vault, they've got a #1 coming out that week. World of Darkness #1 by Tim Seeley. And sounds cool. And then rounding out the rest of the week, we have Aftershock: Search for Who #2, which I believe is written by Steve Orlando. Dynamite: Army of Darkness 1979 #2. This is written by Rodney Barnes. And Blade Runner Origins from Titan. We mentioned Titan already today, so this is another book from them I've been reading and absolutely loving. Blade Runner Origins #7, but that Army of Darkness book is something else.
Real quick, going back on Search for Who, that I didn't know that was a Rodney book, and
Search for Who is an Orlando book.
That's Steve Orlando. Oh, okay.
Army of Darkness is Rodney Barnes.
Okay, that's something we may need to. I don't know if you. So that's something I got to go back and take a look at. But Search for Who, I was reading something else from Aftershock. I think it must have been when I was reading Bunny Mask, and I saw that pop up, and I was like, "Ooh, this looks pretty cool." So I mean, I was it Steve? I did We actually got a chance to meet him when we were at Boston Fan Expo, but it was the pull that he did that I absolutely loved.
Yeah.
But anyways, we move over to week 3 of October, which is the 20th, that Wednesday. Joe, start us off with Marvel, please.
So we have Wolverine 17, Moon Knight number 4, Darth Vader number 17, United States of Captain America number 5, The Death of Doctor Strange number 2, X-Men The Trial of Magneto number 3, and Star Wars High Republic number 10. A lot of really great books there.
Yeah, I mean the Magneto one it's awesome, and then The Death of Doctor Strange. We'll see how much further we go for, but Moon Knight, Wolverine. I think that's the last issue of the United States of Captain America, by the way. So I will talk about that on the show. I won't be doing that in the month of October, but at some point, I've really enjoyed that so far.
Yeah.
We got a lot of first issues and then some like weird Halloween specials too for the month.
Yeah. Again, another week of Marvel where their mainline stuff is way more interesting than what their new issues seem to be. So I'll rattle those. They've been doing a lot of these Marvel Voices, so it's a series they're doing. So Marvel Voices, Comunidades.
Comunidades, I think is it. I think it's for something to that effect.
Which is one to check out because that's Rodney Barnes.
Wait a minute, no, that's my fault. Rodney Barnes is
ding dong.
Rodney Barnes is the IG. I don't know what happened on my notes here, but Rodney Barnes is the IG 88 book that's coming out that week for Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters. The one-off.
That I'll read the hell out of that.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I set you up for failure there.
Yeah, you did. Phoenix Song Echo number 1. By Rebecca Roanhorse and Luca Maresca. Daredevil Halloween comic book extravaganza. This just sounds like an annual to me. Sounds like a recap of what's been going on in Daredevil over the past, dozen issues or so.
Yeah. They have they're doing these extravaganzas for Daredevil, for Hawkeye, Kate Bishop's Hawkeye, Star Wars High Republic, Miles Morales as well. So I'm sure there's. They're just trying to get new people in. It makes sense. Halloween, all that kind of shit for sure. Why not? Then we got DC Comics. We got Nightwing 85. Of course, we're really enjoying this. Here's Joe's not happy about Fear State Incorporation, so hopefully we survive this week. Blue and Gold issue 4, or is that 3 that week? I think it's supposed to be 3 that week. I don't know. That's one of those series that keeps getting like pushed around every which way. I don't understand.
I think 4 is accurate. I think
okay. I don't think we've read the third one. Either way.
I fell off. I read the first issue, and I just haven't gone back to it.
Batman versus Big Me, A Wolf in Gotham, issue 2. And then we've got, again, Halloween specials. The Batman, The Long Halloween Special, issue 1. Of course, Jeff Loeb wrote that original story. He's writing this one as well. I don't know if this is, it's 25 years ago. Yep, so there we go. Batman Secret Files, Peacekeeper 1. Issue 1. This, they've been doing a bunch of these, and actually Tynan is writing that one. Then we have Catwoman, Lonely City, issue 1, and Jock is drawing this. So I don't know if that has anything to do with the Batman book he's going to be doing because he's got this thing that he's going to be writing and drawing. Nubia in the Amazons, issue 1, which I am interested in that. We have Wonder Woman Day, special edition, issue 1, and then there's one book that's definitely meant to be coming out right around Halloween.
Oh yeah, so I, for Dorktober or Doctober, I think we've recently dubbed it. But last Dorktober, I did Basket Full of Heads by Joe Hill from Hill House Comics, and so this is sort of a follow up to that. This is called Refrigerator Full of Heads, and this is written by Rio Yours and Tom Fowler, I should say. Hill House Comics is back, and heads are going to roll for making readers wait. The new wave of this is it's a follow up to Basket Full of Heads. So for a year now, the mysterious axe that unleashed pandemonium during the hurricane of '83 has waited at the bottom of the bay, but nothing that powerful stays buried forever. Brody Island has new visitors and a new sheriff in town too. Not to mention a dangerous great white shark spotted in the water. So a follow up to that book, I absolutely loved it.
You did.
A different writer, but I'm sure it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, it's under his brand still, so I got to imagine he's got his hand in it somewhere. Now, as much as for however you feel about Marvel and DC that week, the publisher that's going to have the biggest week of all is going to be Image for the week of the 20th of October. Joe, why don't you lay on the people what's coming out that day?
King Spawn number 3, Spawn 323, Primordial number 2, Vinyl number 5, Philadelphia 18. Fuck Mom, Mother of Madness number 3. Get the hell out of here. Sweet Paprika number 4. Second Chances number 3. A Man Among Ye, number 7, and Ice Cream Man, number 20.
Unreal. That is an
Just-
unreal rollout. And look, Image, it feels like we say there's always 1 week a month that's just like, how do you put all this shit out at once? But even if you like move one title to like say 3 of these titles out to other weeks, then like every week's gonna feel like that. It's insane. They have so much good shit. Image is top dog right now in terms of the stuff that they're putting out. The quality of stuff they're putting out, no one's better than Image right now. Nope. Period. Because they also have 2 number ones that are on our radar for that week, 3 that are on our radar. All 3 of their number ones. I'm interested in. We got Gunslinger Spawn issue 1, and that's Todd McFarlane, and then Alice Cott. So I just love seeing somebody else writing this with Todd. I think that's the best move for him. Get different voices in there, and then the artist, he's always mixed in different artists. And you got Brett Booth, who I fucking love. I mean, who doesn't like Brett Booth shit? His is like when you're talking about like there are different styles. And he draws heroes so fucking well. And I know Gunslinger is going to have more of a like a Western feel, as you would expect. I just think he's awesome, a great guy to have draw on Spawn. And you also have Philip Tan and Kevin Keane, who are going to be drawing on this as well. So I'm all in on this book. And then, but there are a lot of people that there won't be that number 1 book for them that week. There's actually another number 1 that people are going to be maybe even more excited about, Joe.
Nita Hawes' Nightmare Blog, number 1, written by Rodney Barnes and drawn by Sean Jason Alexander and Patrick Reynolds. And this is a spinoff of Philadelphia. So to tell you I am pumped and jacked, I didn't screw it up that time, is an understatement. But have you looked at the cover art for this book?
I saw the main cover for it, and it is jarring. And is that Jason Sean Alexander who drew that one? I think it is.
He's drawn a couple of them, all the covers.
The one with the one with the bugs is like, oh fuck, yeah, man, this is gonna be so good. Oh my, you like this? It's from the Philadelphia universe. Like you don't, it doesn't matter. Like I'm in. Absolutely all in.
So I can't wait to read this and talk about that at some point. And then there's one more number 1 that's coming out, Nicholas.
Yeah, we have Hellcop issue 1, which just the name is drawing me in. I don't know, like outside of the synopsis and the name, I don't know much about Brian Haberlin and Gerard Van Dyke. Welcome to Hell. When mankind first broke the walls between dimensions, nothing could have prepared them for what they would find in known reality plane 1301A. It was absolute hell. Literally, I'm interested. I'm not as excited as I am for the other 2, but in fairness, this is something that's starting on its own. But the name is kind of cool and everything, so we'll definitely be reporting back to you guys on this one. We have Berserker, of course, Joe's favorite book, as we mentioned earlier, issue 6
from Boom.
Yes. What did I say?
You didn't say it.
I didn't
jump into it.
Sorry. Eat the Rich, issue 3, Maw 2. Dune, House of Atreides, issue 11, and we only find them when they're dead, issue 9. What about Dark Horse?
I'm gonna have so much to read this fucking week, Nick. It's gonna be bananas. So from Dark Horse, we have Tales from Harrow County, Fair Folk, number 4, and then we have a couple number 1s. Critical Role, The Tales of Exandria, The Bright Queen, number 1. This is written by Matthew Mercer and Darcy Van Bolgeest.
And I'm not even kidding. Like this, the artist on this is listed as Couple of Kooks. I don't know what that means, but the cover art for this was pretty cool.
Yeah, so that one looks interesting. And then the Orville, if you're fans of the show, they've had a couple of comics out. Artifacts number 1. This was written by David A. Goodman and David Kabiza. And then from IDW, we have Usagi Yojimbo, Dragon Bellow, Conspiracy number 5. And they also have a number 1 coming out that week, Dungeons and Dragons Mindbreaker number 1, written by Jim Zub and Eduardo Mello. And then, sorry, go ahead.
No. And then from AWA, we have Fight Girls issue 4 and Not All Robots issue 3, which of course you've been reviewing for Geeks Worldwide, both of those. Vault, there's Human Remains issue 2, and then Aftershock Beyond the Breach issue 4. And then we head over to our last week of the month, which is the 27th. Joe, why don't you get us started with Marvel for that week?
So a light week for Marvel, at least in terms of continuing series. There's a Daredevil 35. So we're approaching Zdarsky's at least the end of that main story. Then the event will happen. We'll see what happens from there. Black Widow number 12, Winter Guard number 3, and Darkhawk number 3. And then the big number 1. There's a couple of them, but the big one first is Venom number 1, which had been previously written by Donny Cates, is now being taken over by Al Ewing and Ram V. And Brian Hitch. So Venom, Al Ewing, Ram V, I'm in.
Yeah.
100%.
Yep. And I haven't read a lot of Venom, and I know you talked about Donny Cates' run on it, and I would like to go back, but I might give this a shot first just because it's there. Why not?
Yeah.